Make sure to stay to the end of this video for a special message from Alice and I. Great, so as you know, we've had the trailer out of the yard out of the storage for a couple of days now. Got it in the yard, and as we're trying to get it ready, of course, problems. Our first problem was we put water in the fresh water tank and turned on our water pump, and to our surprise, no water. So after a little while, I figured out that I must have had an ice plug somewhere between the freshwater tank and the pump, because the pump was working but it wasn't drawing water. So I ended up setting a heater inside of one of our compartments, and I'll show you here in a minute, right next to the water pump, and directing some hot air on the water pump and on the lines as it went down into the fresh water tank to solve that problem. Our more major problem was our spare tire. I decided, since it's been a couple of years since we did anything with a spare tire, that probably be a good idea to take it out, take a look at it, make sure the air was good on it. Point the camera right underneath here, and you'll see the way that the spare tire hangs on those bars. When we took the other spare tire off, we noticed some pretty serious wear marks from the bars on the sidewall of the tire. So I made a command decision that we weren't going to use that as a spare tire anymore, because I felt that if we had to use a spare tire once we put it on the trailer and got weight on it, that it'd probably give out because of the sidewall damage. So we had to go make a last-minute trip to the tire store and buy a new spare tire, get it mounted, and put it back under there. So any of you who watch this, if you know of a good way to mount the spare tire under there like that, that doesn't cause wear on the tire, leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm looking for ideas. The only idea I have right now is maybe cutting a hunk of plywood and putting a couple holes in it, spaced apart the same as the holes that hold the tire up, and putting that between the bars and the tire to disperse the pressure out a little bit better. Okay, so let's go over and take a look at that water pump. The water pump is in our storage compartment, our pass-through storage right underneath the master bedroom. So when you open the compartment up, the water pump's right here, and the problem is this line right here that goes down into the tank was frozen. So I ended up setting a small electric heater right here, and directed that heater right here at this. I put a little bit of blocking in place to keep the heat right here. Let that sit there for an hour, and after an hour everything worked just fine. So now we have a new problem, of course, right? Problem after problem. So what we had done was we had decided it would be a good idea to sanitize our fresh water tanks, because we hadn't done it in a while. So we put a little bleach in the fresh water tank, filled the fresh water tank up, and today I was going to drain the tanks so I could put more fresh water in and flush the tank out a little bit. So I took the little plug off, and no water is coming out. So that line's frozen as well. So now I'm going to try and figure out how I can direct some heat onto this line right here that comes out from the bottom of the trailer to get that plug out, because I can feel the ice plug there, and there was ice in the bottom plug underneath here. So I know it's ice I got to deal with. I'm going to start by trying to use a blow dryer.
Hey hon, you want my blow dryer? It might help you.
Sure dear, thank you. So I'll try using a blow dryer first, and if that doesn't work, I'll find a way to prop up the electric heater to put more heat directly on that. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and try and get this plug cleared, and I'll be back and let you know here in a minute. Okay, well, It only took a couple minutes of the blow dryer, and Eureka, the plug is gone and water is coming out. What's going on in here?
Skye is getting her last bath. She says that she doesn't like it, but I think she really does enjoy it once the process starts.
There you go. Whoa! Where are you going? Where are you going? Well, come here. Woo. Are you happy, dog? Are you a happy dog?
Alright, so what I'm getting ready to do right now is a little bit of maintenance on my water heater. Always learning, right? That's one of the things about RVing, is you always learn. So this works as both a water heater drain plug, and it's called an anode rod, but its primary function, other than being a drain plug, is to be a specific rust point for all things water heater. So you've got no matter what size water heater you have, you've likely got one of these anode plugs in it. And what it is it's designed to attract anything that would create rust or corrosion. So this corrodes before your stainless steel tank corrodes. So replacing this yearly or more often, depending on how much you use your water heater and use your RV, is kind of key in maintenance to the water heater itself. That's a new one for me. I just recently learned about it, so we've had this for a couple of years now. So I'm sure ours is quite corroded. It was pretty bad last year when we took it out. But like a lot of people, I learn more and more every day watching YouTube. So one of the things I've learned is when you access the back panel of your water heater, there's this pressure release valve right here. So if you pull on that, that allows some water out, a little bit more controlled. That way when you release the plug, it's not coming out under pressure or anything like that. And it's a little bit safer and all that fun stuff. So now I'm going to pull this plug out. I will use some plumber's tape to wrap around the end of our new anode, put it in, and then we'll give it a test. I'll probably rinse the tank out best I can too. I don't have a wand that will make it up on the inside to wash it out, but I'll spray some water up in there just to help rinse out any corrosion or any gunk that might be inside the system now. So this is what a used one looks like. This one's been in there for 3 years that we've had it, so it's not as bad as what I had thought it would be. And so you see the difference between the two. All right, the old one's out. Time to put the new one in. All the water has come out. You just get it in there and get it started. Now we should have a good system for another year. Thanks for watching the video. Alice and I wanted to give you an update. This video should air April 19th, and by April 19th we'll be 4 days into our travel through Canada headed towards Montana. If everything goes well, we should be in Montana by about April 22nd and hope to have plenty of video footage and stories to tell about our trip down the Alcan into Montana.
It's going to be a very fast trip.
It will unfortunately be a fast trip.
Yeah.
We didn't want it to be, but with the COVID virus and everything that's going on, Canada really wants you to get through their country and get out on the other side. So what we had planned on doing with a couple weeks has now turned into a couple days. So we hope you enjoy the video. Please come back and watch more later. And in the meantime, why don't you click on the link to our RV Life playlist and enjoy some of the moments leading up to this moment where we actually get an opportunity to get into our trailer and begin our new adventures. We're chasing our adventures.
Make time to chase your adventures.